It was a nice day in Daybreak 1. Just before Halloween, Daybreak released an update to add Taylor, Valerie, and Virtuoso into the game, and all was going relatively well. The community liked the update, and before they knew it, they were getting another update only 2 months later. On December 14, 2021, Daybreak released its next chapter called Goodbye Stage. With it came the addition of 2 new survivors, Daejung and Yona. While these characters quickly became fan favorites, the killer added alongside them would end up gathering their own unique fan base too. That killer was the Idol. Little did everyone know he would become the strongest killer in Daybreak. If you've been in the Daybreak community at all, you'll know that when there's a discussion about who the strongest killer is, Idol is mentioned. In Daybreak 2 especially, there was an ongoing stalemate between Empress and Idol fans bickering between which one of their favorites was truly the best within the mist. And looking back on it, this really wasn't even a close debate. For the longest time now, Idol has been in a bit of a messy spot. He was overtuned, rarely nerfed, sometimes even buffed, and mostly being left alone despite people starting to realize he's a problem. Yet some people who play Daybreak don't even understand why people say Idol is so good. They say whenever they play Idol themselves, he's trash, and so they dismiss the hype around him as just people wanting to pretend their favorite is overpowered. And so, I'm going to give my unbiased opinion on Idol and explain what makes him such a problem. This isn't going to be a gameplay video, and the reason for this is because he is just genuinely unfair. I do not want to play Idol. I do not like playing characters that win easily. It isn't fun. If a character is too overpowered, I don't enjoy playing them. Take a wild guess who my main is on the killer side of Daybreak characters. If you hadn't seen the video I made on her a few months ago and simply guessed Void Skulk, then you'd be right. She isn't necessarily popular, she isn't overpowered, and if anything is seen as slightly weak, even if I disagree. The point of me mentioning this is that I'm definitely not the only one that thinks this. A lot of people refuse to play overpowered characters simply because there's little to no challenge to playing them. Let's go over what his current state is as of writing this video. Right off the bat, he's the fastest killer in the game with 7 speed. Why? I don't know. If it's meant to be lore accurate because he's an idol with intensive training, it's hard to believe he's able to move faster than superheroes, but hey, that's a completely separate discussion. His lunge in itself is one of the better ones in the game. He lunges for quite a while and gets an even stronger speed boost during it. Obviously, faster killers will benefit more from any form of speed boost than slower killers, since they become even more threatening to deal with as a survivor. He is punished for missing greatly, but with such a high base speed he can recover quickly from missing his lunges. The main problem, though, lies with his abilities. I'll start off with his passive, which allows him to vault 5% faster and grants him an even bigger vault boost for all obsessed survivors. This wouldn't be much of a problem if marking obsessions hasn't always been ridiculously easy. In Daybreak 2, all you had to do to mark an obsession was click on their portrait. In Remisted, this was changed to being a ranged projectile that phases through walls until it hits a survivor. All Idol needs to do to mark obsessions is just use Detect, spot someone or a group of people on a generator, and simply click. It really isn't that much different. Before getting on to his active, the argument that he isn't the best because he doesn't have a true rage ability is missing the point. It is the cheapest rage ability in the game that allows him to detect for a second time, allowing him to spot all characters, including undetectables like Adriana and Sarah. It also applies obsession to even more survivors if obsessed survivors are near others when detect is used. It's insane. If you try and loop him, he catches up eventually. If you try to hide from him, he just detects you. There is no counterplay once he marks you with obsession, and if the counterplay itself is to avoid being hit by the letter throw, that's nearly impossible against a smart player. But no other ability in this game comes anywhere near his active ability. It isn't the letter throw itself, but rather the debuffs that come with it. For some reason, the penalty for getting hit by this thing isn't just being detected twice more often. There are 3 entirely separate debuffs, but only 2 of them are worth mentioning. The first one being that when someone is hit by obsession, they vault 10% slower. Why? The fastest killer in the game, with the fastest vault speed in the game, can apply a vault debuff on you in chase so that you are even slower and allows him to get even more distance. What is this? But more importantly, the thing that really makes no sense at all is the generator debuff. Obsessions do generators 15% slower. Why is this a big deal, you ask? It's because killers who literally specialize in gen locking and stunting repair speed can't compete with this reduction. Not a single gen locker can add more generator reduction than Idle. Not Android, Banshee, Experiment, Hero, Principal, Void Skulk, or Watcher. Empress and Polluted can do something similar, but they can only apply this reduction to specific gens, with a cooldown in between. Host has the same reduction, but the reduction wears off 60 seconds after they were downed by her. Hacker can apply more reduction than Idle, but just like Host, it's only for 60 seconds on one specific generator. The only character who can apply more generator reduction is Boss at 20%, but he also has to down them to apply it, and he has to down them with specifically the crowbar, or it won't apply. Idle has the most consistent and easiest method of applying repair reduction, and yet it is one of the strongest. And the best part of all of this is that I had to adjust this while editing, because Idle's reduction was actually 25% before the recent update, meaning that before that change, the comparison between Boss and Idle didn't look like this, but rather this. Keep in mind that Boss is considered an extremely strong killer in Remisted now, and yet they're completely outclassed by pre-nerf Idle. Even after the nerfs, Idle is still ultimately better in terms of gen locking. So, to recap, he is the fastest moving killer in the game, with one of the best lunges in the game, with the fastest vault speed in the game, with a rage ability that practically grants him twice as many detects as a normal killer, with the ability to spot undetectables, with an easy-to-land active ability that destroys the repair speed and vault speed of survivors. What killer could possibly be better than this? And that nerf he received to his repair speed was one of the first nerfs in an extremely long time. Even if this somehow didn't convince you he's the best, we all know he is a top-tier character, yet he is relatively untouched. I'm aware the developers tried to fix him. They reworked him after all, but the problems are still there. However, we can't expect things to get better if suggestions aren't made, so I'm going to put mine here. Feel free to leave your own in the comments. First of all, increase the cooldown of his letter throw. It is quite low, and considering how easy it is to land on survivors repairing or vaulting, it still feels like a free appliance of obsession. Secondly, bump his base speed back down. All characters in the game had their move speed naturally increased, so there's no need to have given Idle a speed buff. It makes him easily catch characters like Rosalia and Emery, with them having literally no way to win. Thirdly, make changes to the repair reduction. Putting the repair reduction on a timer or reducing the reduction in general would make things a lot more fair for the survivors. And lastly, reduce his vault speed boosts even more. His maximum vault speed potential is still 17%. The reason this is a problem for Idle and not Javier is because realistically, Javier will miss some stacks, and even if he doesn't, he'll have to get off generators and slow his own repair speed to get it, whereas Idle gets it relatively for free as previously mentioned. These specific changes don't really need to be implemented as long as they cut down on Idle's strengths in some way that still makes him viable. I don't want them to turn him into what happened to Showstopper in Daybreak 2. Either way, that's all I had to say for this video. Consider subscribing and let me know if I should cover anything else related to Daybreak. I'll see you guys in the next video.